Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. What's that for today's video? The beer's courtesy of Gregory. Thanks so much, Gregory. I really appreciate it. So, I'll probably mispronounce it. Magnanimous Brewing. Maybe I got it right. Probably not. Dark Messenger Vanilla Porter Ale with Vanilla Beans. You know why he sent this. ABV is 6%. I'll read, there's a stuff on the side. I'll read that after I give my thoughts in case it's tasting notes. I'm sure vanilla, if they do have tasting notes, is something they say. But yeah, he obviously sent the Vanilla Police a vanilla beer to see if I get my stamp of approval, of vanilla approval. Wow, I didn't think I poured it that aggressively. Spoiler alert. You want it? I do taste some vanilla. All right, so let's talk about what it looks like first. It's a very dark brown into black for sure. Color, a lot of head. Did I pour that aggressively? I'll have to watch the playback. About 2 fingers ahead. Compact bubbles breaking up on top. What is that? A light mocha, dark khaki kind of color? It's definitely a little darker than regular khaki to me. But yeah, it definitely looks like a porter or stout. It's about the aroma. Yeah, so it does have vanilla in the aroma. It's got that. I say this. There was another porter video I did recently. I don't remember which porter it was. And like that's a separate conversation, a different video of like what's the difference between a porter and a stout? Are they the same? Are they different? What are the differences? And all that stuff, right? Porters typically have this thing that I have a really hard time explaining that I get. And it's like this, and I say this for other things too that aren't porters, so it makes it even more confusing. But it's like this mulchy woodiness, not barrel-aged at all. Not like a barrel-aged thing. And this has that in the aroma for sure. There's chocolate, there's coffee grounds, like you brewed the coffee. It doesn't smell like coffee, but it, maybe actually more accurately, you brewed the coffee. Like I use a French press at the house, so like made the coffee, poured it, left the grounds in, drank coffee, and the next day I'm like, I'm just gonna use those same grounds for some reason, and now they're starting to get like a little bit diluted. It's and then I used it again, and it's kind of like a weak, not weak coffee though, but like coffee ground, like a weak coffee ground specifically. Why am I like saying so much to say so little? I guess that's what we do on these channels, isn't it? Chocolate. That vanilla comes through. Smells like a porter. That's the short version. That's what I should have said. Let's see about the taste more properly. Cheers. Thanks again, Gregory. Sorry for the rambling. I don't know what's wrong with me today or any day. Cheers, guys. So, up front, it's not vanilla. It takes a second for the vanilla to come in, at least the first proper sip. When I first sip it, it's very just, this is what a porter should taste like. It's got that soft chocolate note, the soft, that like mulchy woody thing that I get. Not roasty enough to be coffee, so like it definitely follows the aroma that way, where there's like this super, super diluted coffee note. That's tied to this roastiness, but it's not an overly roasty beer at all. There was another thing that was so obvious that I was going to say, and then I just flaked on it. Then the vanilla kicks in, besides having vanilla, rounds out any sort of, not that this is a harsh beer at all, but like it rounds out some of the like roastiness and things like that, you know, the bitterness, like those kinds of things. It softens, maybe is a better term. It softens something that's not particularly harsh to begin with, though. 6%, I totally buy that. Like, it doesn't drink bigger or smaller. Definitely seems like a 6% porter. Yeah, duh. Slight nuttiness. That's what I was going to say earlier. Where I was like, I totally forgot this, like, obvious thing. It's got a little nuttiness to it. You know what it actually kind of reminds me of? If you took a nut brown and a stout, both around 6%, not like some huge viscous stout or something, mix it together, and then it was had vanilla beans in it. I think that's kind of where I would land on this. It has this like nut brown ale component as well, which is kind of cool. They have no, like this brewery has no vanity, they have no jealousy, and they feed on this true and the solid wherever they find it. On the true and the solid, okay. And what is more, they find it everywhere. Van Wyck Brooks. I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. Here we go. Dark Messenger is a vanilla porter that relies on classic malt character and vanilla to deliver a soft, okay, so they're using that word soft, I use like to soften, okay, an enjoyable expression of coffee, dark chocolate, and vanilla. Yeah, so I mean, I qualified coffee and chocolate quite a bit, so I think that comes across in my review, that I get it, but it's not, those are not to me like hitting you over the head. They're there, and I think appropriate for the style and what this beer is. It's not like one of those angry chair beers that he also had sent me, like that's hitting you over the head at times with flavors, right? This is more subtle as it's supposed to be given the style and what this is. Finish is slightly dry, leaving behind a subtle kiss of vanilla. Oh, I didn't say that about the finish. That's very fair. I agree 100%. I agree with everything. It just, makes me think of like those Hot Butcher videos or descriptors on the back where sometimes, I'll say like pineapple, and it's like juicy pineapple, or whatever. It's like, well, okay, like to me it wasn't quite juicy pineapple, just got pineapple. Like we're saying the same thing as the short version. Again, I'm saying too much. Gregory, I cannot say this too much. Thanks again, brother. I really appreciate it. If you guys didn't watch an unboxing video, send me some awesome beers, including a mystery beer. He sent me a really kind thing in regards to my best friend Bruno in his passing, and we just hit the 2-month mark. And his adoptiversary came and went recently, so yeah, he's been on my mind again as always. But again, so that was kind, and yeah, he's just a good dude. So Gregory, thanks again, man. I really appreciate it. Everyone watching, I appreciate it, especially if you watch this far. Helps the algorithm, when people watch that far into the videos. Have you guys had this beer before? Anything from this brewery? How bad did I do pronouncing it? Vanilla porters, are they your jam? Have you ever had a beer like this, like I'm saying, where it almost seems like a nut brown porter hybrid? Anything, everything? Comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.